pulling is a gritty sport. Smoky, loud. In your face, dirt flying. It's an American tradition. Families have been doing this for years. Take a truck off the street, turn it up as hard as you can, run it down the track in front of all your friends at the county fair and show them what you got. But change is on the horizon. The EPA has shown up on the scene and made their presence known. They're not in favor of you taking a street truck and taking emissions equipment off of it, blowing smoke, making noise, and polluting. Here's just a few examples of what I'm talking about. It's not hard to see the writing on the wall. We're going to get out in front of this thing with a clean movement in diesel motorsports, starting with sled pulling. What you're looking at is our Project Clean Sweep. Clean Sweep was purchased as a deleted 2012 LML. What we did from there is something that you don't see very often. We took a deleted truck and we brought it totally back to emissions compliant. That means that we took sensors that were corroded for the past 3 years, cut the whole wiring out of them, reattached the sensors, reattached the emissions equipment, recalibrated everything, and then took the truck on the dyno to see what kind of power we could make and be competitive. On the dyno, we were able to dial in our Stealth 64 turbocharger and our extra fuel pump from ATS, and a transmission we built in-house. We knew the truck wasn't going to be top of the class horsepower-wise, so we had to make the whole package work. It's a balanced setup. It's a good truck for hooking up to the track and putting the 620 horsepower that we made down the whole way through. We were very surprised with our first few hooks how well the truck ran. It took a little bit of dialing in, a little bit of looking through log files and making tweaks here and there, adjusting our start, adjusting a few things along the way. But after half a dozen hooks, Danny had this thing running. In fact, most of our hooks were in the top 3, with quite a few first place finishes out of our first dozen hooks. Which brings us to Winnebago. Winnebago is your quintessential county fair. We got 23 trucks here, and they're all here to bring their egos and their trucks, noise and smoke, and show us what they can do. It was a tough track. The trucks were getting a real workout. A lot of guys were having a hard time getting past the 250 mark. And the Clean Sweep had competition too, to the tune of 750 horse plus in our class. Danny had a hard time on his first launch. You know, we do this every week, and sometimes that happens. But he kept it together, got back for round 2, and made a good clean pass coming out of the hole and really a hard charge down the track. That truck was biting. Out of 23 trucks, Danny ran second place to the tune of 305 feet. A very respectable pass in a class like this.
What's neat about it on an announcer's point of view, a fan's point of view, is that it's so quiet and it doesn't have any smoke to it. Everybody's expecting a little bit of noise, a lot of smoke, and there's just nothing.
We have 10 or so more hooks this year, and we plan on hitting every single one of them the same way, top 3. Our goal with the Clean Sweep is to show the community what can be done with an emissions-equipped truck. The clean diesel movement is on the horizon, and we are getting out in front. Our pie-in-the-sky dream is that the rules package will be built around an emissions-equipped truck. Rules are made to drive innovation forward. Diesel owners are interested in a sport with higher horsepower, street-driven trucks. A lot of those are going to be emissions-equipped in the next few years. The delete movement is coming to an end. The high-horsepower emissions-equipped movement is gaining traction.
To keep it intact is awesome. I mean, you're legal to drive it on the road versus a lot of these trucks technically are not legal to be on the road.
Yeah, it is. It's very competitive. It's pretty cool. You know, not hearing any sound, no smoke going on a track. It's totally different from, you know, diesel world. We're all about smoke and loud and sound, you know, makes power, but that thing does pretty good at, you know, no smoke and all kinds of power, so it's pretty cool.
Is it something you would do eventually, you think? Or?
No, I like my sound, so I like loud pipes and making noise, so probably not myself.
I really think it's going to come to a point where we're all going to have to go this route and kind of like the clean sweep and keep all the emissions intact, and we're going to be looking for Duramaxtuner to help us out and hook us up because they've already been doing it and they've already got their feet in the water.
Duramaxtuner and Calibrated Power Solutions are out front. If you want to be part of the movement, call us, 815-568-7920.